Erev Tov, I'm Stephen Ben-Nun and you're watching Israeli News Live. Yemen is now under the control of Iran. The Houthi movement that has been majorly backed by the Iranian government, as well as even Iranian generals working with the Houthis to overthrow the regime there in Yemen. And it has actually come to pass. This will be a great strategic problem for Israel because Yemen is right there at the mouth of the Gulf of Aquba near Saudi Arabia. It also gives the Iranians another place, another staging point for any military campaign that they would want to conduct against Israel or any other nation in that region, including Saudi Arabia. It is definitely a very serious situation going on there in Yemen. There was an article on Al Jazeera that reported on Friday. It says the Houthis, who galvanized their ranks with promises of anti-corruption agenda in Yemen, announced the creation of a 551-person transitional council to replace Yemen's parliament under the direction of Houthi-run Revolutionary Committee. The Transitional Council, whose mandate of mechanism of operation has not been announced, will elect a 5-person presidential council to fill the nation's power vacuum, created by the resignation of interim president Abdul Rabu Manassar Hadi and Prime Minister Khalid Baha, and this cabinet at the end of January. As the nation's newest power brokers, the Houthis, who have been participating in UN-backed peace talks, now face the challenge of preventing the nation from economic collapse and preserving an increasingly fractured unity. The political movement opponents, who describe their move as political and mature, an open invitation for parts of the country like the South Sea, have not yet announced their stance on the Houthis' constitutional declaration. As we say, though, this is definitely, they are a Iranian-backed militant group and well-funded, as well as Iranian military generals who have been operating with them in Yemen. There has been other articles that have stated this, and we have watched that kind of closely to see, especially as it relates to Israel's security and the control of the Gulf of Aquba, leading up to Israel's southern coast of Eilat. In other news there as well, Jordan is, the people there in Jordan are questioning the next step that it will have in the campaign against ISIL. In fact, some of their citizens are questioning whether or not Jordan has the capacity to be involved in any war whatsoever. And the fact that Jordan has now really brought themselves into this battle with the response that they did against ISIL in the air campaign here just days ago. In an article written here on Al Jazeera, it says, it has been 5 days since the Islamic State of Iraq and Levant released a gruesome video showing Jordanian pilot Moaz al-Kasaba being burned alive. Shocked and angered by the brutality of the killing, Jordanians took to the streets calling for revenge and permanent destruction of the Jordanian armed of ISIL. The Jordanian armed forces responded immediately with Operation Carrying the Name of the martyred pilot on Sunday, said it carried out 56 raids in 3 days targeting ISIL strongholds. These raids reportedly destroyed logistics centers, arms depots, fighters' hideouts, Jordanian officials say. Their war of extremism is continuing, with the army vowing to wipe ISIL from the face of the earth. But then again, they may have just invited ISIL into the Jordanian capital. Now the question is, in light of the 10 regions that the world is going to be carved into, is who's going to end up controlling all of this? Do the Jordanians really have the military that it takes in the stronghold? According to another report as well, the United Arab Emirates have also sent a squadron of fighter F-16s to help combat ISIL from Jordan. So who is going to be over this whole region? And what is the issue with Iran taking Yemen? Anyway, we will continue to watch as the different events unfold and just see where it all leads to. I'm Stephen Ben-Nun with Israeli News Live.